Hey, what's up guys? It's Pedro here from noobcoder.com. Welcome to part 7 of building our CRUD application from scratch. So in this tutorial, what we're going to do is display our to-dos to the user by making an HTTP GET request using the fetch API. So if you remember from our previous tutorials, we coded this GET route, this GET to-dos. And the job of our get to-dos route is to actually get all our to-dos from the database and return it. And it's going to be returned within an array. So now if I head over to our index.html, what we're going to do is have the fetch API call this get to-dos route. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to create a function called get to-dos. So I'm just going to say const get to-dos. And within here, we could use the fetch API. So I'm just going to say fetch, and it's going to be the URL or the endpoint that we want to hit. So I'm just going to say get to-dos. The next argument is going to be the type of method that we want to use. So we coded a get method. Next, we could call the then method, and we're going to get a response back from the server. And I'm just going to say return response.json. And this is going to parse the JSON for us, but this is going to return a promise. So when you return a promise, we could chain that promise. So I'm just going to call the then method once again, pass in our data. And now here, I'm just going to console.log the data. And we're going to pass this data, this array of to-dos, to our helper method. So I'm just going to call display to-dos, and we're going to pass in our data. So now let's just add this semicolon here, and let's actually invoke our get to-dos method. And now if I was to save this, and let's open up a terminal, and I'm just going to clear it, and I'm going to say node app. Let's start up the server. So now let's open up our browser. So now from here, let's just type localhost port 3000, and you can see that our to-dos are being loaded. So let's bring up the developer tools. So I'm just going to hit F12 and we go to our console. You can see the array that the server is sending us. So if we open that up, you can see our to-dos. So we have our primary key and the to-do. Now let's head over back to Visual Studio Code to see how this is working. So now if we come back here, we can see that our array of to-dos is being passed into our display to-dos. So let's take a look at what display to-dos is doing. So display to-dos is actually taking an array of to-dos. It's building its unique IDs for our HTML elements, and it's calling build template. Now build template is going to be used to build our list element that we're going to add to the unordered list. So you can see that happening here. Once we build this HTML template, we're returning it, and it is going to be appended to our unordered list. So that's pretty much how we are displaying our to-dos to the user.